Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we got a brand new trailer for the Disney Plus series Loki. This trailer came out this morning, and I had to sit all day at work resisting the urge to watch it because it's all anyone was talking about online. Luckily, I have not actually seen that many images of it, so I don't know really anything about what I'm about to see. Obviously, we saw like some small clips of it back when Disney did their big presentation, I think last year at some point. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here.
I know what this place is.
Okay.
The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Okay.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Owen Wilson.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
What?
It's absurd.
Sign this too.
What? What? Okay.
We protect the proper flow of time. You picked up the Tesseract, breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
Why me?
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Nah.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Why never do it again?
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I cancel there. So yeah, it looks like he's going to so many different planets. Planets and timelines, looks like. Yeah, I don't know who this shadowy figure in a cloak is. That might be the main bad guy, whoever that is. I think this is one of the shows that we know the least about. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't think there's been many leaks at all about what's going on in the show. But yeah, it looks like, you know, some actual brands here. So J-Labs, they're like in a Best Buy or something. But yeah, it looks like he's gonna be forced to help out. And obviously he's gonna do his Loki thing where he tries to outsmart them all and escape and do his own thing. But I think, you know, I think what's gonna end up happening is that these time police or whatever they're called, they're gonna end up being smarter than Loki anticipates, and he's actually gonna end up being forced to work with these people. Now, you know, they do confirm he's called a variant. He's a Loki variant. So they're definitely gonna probably tell him like, oh hey, you're supposed to have died by Thanos in the year whatever, right? So I want to know how this Loki reacts to that, because obviously this is the Loki before he had his big redemption arc and kind of came to terms with Thor, and they became like real brothers, and he sacrificed himself trying to take down Thanos with a knife, you know. So I want to see how this Loki reacts to, like, you know, the fact that, oh, he was gonna turn good, basically, you know, or at least as good as Loki turns. He was, you know, still Loki. But yeah, him and Owen Wilson hanging out, that seems pretty cool. Now stuff like this almost, I'm getting a lot of like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, but that might just be because it's purple. But yeah, it definitely looks like he obviously escapes at some points, but I feel like he does not escape for long. Here's that hooded figure again. Who knows who this hooded figure might end up being. But yeah, I've never been like a Doctor Who fan, really. Like I've seen some things of Doctor Who, but it's never really been my thing. But I definitely get that similar vibe of like, each episode's gonna be maybe on a different planet or just a different period of time. Maybe Loki's gonna meet different versions of himself. You can see this definitely seems to be some other alien type of planet. Yeah, lots of craziness going on. Who knows who the bad guy ends up being? I can imagine, the bad guy ends up being a different version of Loki, and this version of Loki has to take out that Loki, stuff like that. But yeah, this looks insane, really interesting. I don't know what's happening here. He's like the mayor of this place, but everyone has a weapon on him for some reason. But you can see even they have little Loki pins, so I don't know, maybe they just turn on him at some point. But they all have little Loki badges on them. I have no idea what this place is. This is some kind of crazy, maybe this is like the in-between time realm place. It's all going sideways, Doctor Strange style. But yeah, very cool. He'll definitely, is this the same throne room? Is this Asgard? It looks like Asgard. It might be the same throne. I don't remember what the throne looked like actually, but in any case, it looks like it's going to be really fun. It's going to be funny. And look, okay, I'm going to say this now. Okay, so we all have had this, there's been like this thing going around about like this, this multiverse Marvel big crossover thing. Like it was supposed to be, or at least like the idea was that it was like WandaVision, this Loki show, Doctor Strange 2, and Spider-Man Far From Home. And it was all supposed to be like, oh, that's gonna be the Spider-Verse, and WandaVision's gonna break open the multiverse, and all this craziness is gonna happen, right? And it was supposed to be like this big Marvel thing where the multiverse gets opened up, and that's how we're introduced to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and all these giant crazy crossovers and alternate versions of different characters start showing up. My thing is, I feel like the idea of it happening across all four of those projects, we might have, the fan base as a whole, this whole theory of like how this was going to work might have been a little bit of stretching by the fans. Now look, obviously this show is going to involve different timelines and variants in time, and they even show it on this TV here, if I can find it. They even show like the branching of the different timelines. So obviously this show is going to deal with it, but WandaVision did not really deal with alternate realities at all. They kind of teased it, but they didn't. It ended up just being a boner joke, right? So WandaVision did not deal with alternate multiverses and timelines. And while this show does involve that stuff, just based on this trailer and based on what could happen with this police organization here, I feel like this show is going to be very much self-contained. It's going to focus just around Loki and this organization. It's not gonna, it might hint at some things about the broader universe, but it's not gonna like explode like we all kind of thought it was going to with WandaVision. I feel like we're not truly gonna see crazy, insane multiverse stuff that we kind of thought we were gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see that until Doctor Strange. So I think even in this show, if we see alternate versions of anything, it's just gonna be alternate Lokis. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna see Loki going through time. I guess what I'm saying is this is gonna be much more of a time travel show than it is an alternate dimension show. And the difference there being that it's mostly gonna be like, hey, these are all the events that happened, and we're trying to fix things to go back to the way they're supposed to be. Whereas the multiverse would be like, no, this is literally a different planet Earth, where things are slightly different. Not an alternate timeline, a different Earth, So I think, this is going to be a much more self-contained adventure. Crazy stuff is probably still going to happen, and obviously he's going to different planets, not just Earth. But it's I don't think it's going to end up being this big multiverse 4-part story thing that a lot of fans kind of put together, myself included. You know, from WandaVision to this show to Doctor Strange to Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't know if it's actually going to end up being that way. You know, in fact, you know, obviously they have to deny it, but they've been saying like, no, the Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, they're not in Spider-Man 3. Obviously they have to deny it, right? They're not going to like straight up just tell you like, oh yeah, here's what happens. But I have started to have my doubts that Spider-Man 3 is going to be the Spider-Verse adventure that we all kind of hope it will be, and we all kind of think it might be. I'm starting to have my doubts. That's all I'm saying, is that like it might not be quite the Spider-Verse that we all thought. So anyways, I feel like I need to put that out there now. And as you can see, him and Owen Wilson just gonna go on crazy adventures. So this show looks cool, but I feel like it's gonna end up being pretty standalone, self-contained time travel adventure with just Loki, and it might not have these how would you say it, reverberations, if I'm using that word right, to the broader MCU universe. Doctor Strange is definitely going to have that. It's called the Multiverse of Madness. In Spider-Man 3, it might have some, you know, multiverse types things. We know that some of the villains are cast in Spider-Man 3, but I don't know. I've started to have further doubts about Spider-Man 3 being the Spider-Verse that we think it could be. That's all I'm saying. So, as fun as this show looks, I'm starting to see some cracks in the whole idea of this 4-part thing of Marvel and the multiverse, and it's going to introduce us to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and it's all going to be crazy. I don't think it's going to be that crazy. It's still going to be cool. It's going to be a little crazy. There's going to be some time travel shenanigans going on, but maybe not crazy to the degree that some fans have been thinking. So, anyways, I just feel like that needs to be said now, because I know some people out there are gonna, their expectations for Phase 4 and all these upcoming movies and shows, they're way up here. You can't see me, but they're way up here. Maybe they need to be somewhere in the middle, lower them a little bit. But the show still looks really fun, and I'm excited for what it will be. They're definitely going to different crazy planets and whatever the hell's happening here at this place. But yeah, anyways, those are my thoughts on the Loki show. It looks like it's going to be a really funny show, all kinds of crazy shenanigans, and I'm sure there will be some implications of like what Loki and these time police messing around with time. I'm sure there's going to be some implications of what that means for the broader multiverse and MCU universe, but maybe not to the degree that we kind of thought that it could be. So, anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts. And are you okay with maybe calming down those expectations for the whole multiverse thing a little bit? Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.